Hey, John, we are live. Everyone watching, great to have you. Great to have you on. It's absolutely amazing to be here, to be a moderator. I'm excited for you all. So, basically, what we're going to do in this webinar today are the three things that we promise you, which we're going to teach you a little bit how to make your dreams come true, being a successful entrepreneur. You got to learn the method and how to take a simple idea public like John did with the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. And we're going to tell you how Cambridge Entrepreneur Academy is helping entrepreneurs make money and be successful all over the world now, which is really amazing. So I just want to introduce the man of the hour, my mentor now, my business partner, John Sortino. He's a guy that brought you the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. You know, quite a few saying how you actually bought Vermont Teddy Bears and send them to your loved ones as gifts, and how amazing it is and how great of an opportunity it is to learn from him directly, learn how he did the things and how you can apply those things. So enough of my rambling. Let me introduce John. And John, welcome to the webinar.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks a lot. Um, I'm going to briefly just talk on three topics. Mike, I'm going to talk about how to make your dreams come true. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we teach you to make your company worth money and what that means. Kind of what it means is when you build a company, how to make it an asset for you. And three, I want to briefly discuss on how we assist our members in becoming a successful entrepreneur. First, the dreaming part. I think it's really important to dream. If you don't have dreams, you can't get and reach your goals. So I highly encourage people when they're starting a business to hold on to those dreams, because that's where you're going. That's what's going to lead you on your path to success. When I was at the Vermont Teddy Bear Company, I had different dreams. My first dreams were smaller ones, but they kept getting bigger and bigger, and all of them came true. The stories I can tell about when I was at the Vermont Teddy Bear Company would go on for days and days. But how do you make your dreams come true? Well, most, if not all of us who work for someone else wish their jobs were more fun, they wish they probably made more money, and they wish their boss wasn't a jerk sometimes. You know, I'm not saying bosses are jerks, I'm just saying sometimes they might just, you have to work for a boss. But when you work for yourself, you make your dreams come true because you are in control. You're the boss. You are the one making the decisions on how much fun your job will be. For example, at the Teddy Bear Company, I loved my job. My office had a stereo in it, had lots of pictures. My kids could come anytime they wanted to. It really was a fun job. I had the best window. I think I had the best desk. And I'm talking about expensive, but my window had the best view. So I really loved being the boss at the Vermont Teddy Bear Company. I had 600 people that I worked with, and many, if not all of them, would say it's the best job that they ever had because I wanted them to have fun at their work too. We had stereos in every department. People listened to music all day long. If a mother had to go home for a child who was sick or go to a school meeting, go home, take care of your family, and then come back to work and finish your job when it's more beneficial for you. People love that flex schedule. I was not the kind of boss that, and when you are a boss of a company, you have a lot of control over those people that work for you. So you set all the rules. And when it comes to money, when you're a boss, you decide how much money you're going to make. If you want to make, a little bit right now and then put more money going into the business, you decide that. If you want to figure out a way to make some more money so that you could go on some major thing that you want to do, you'll do that because you will know how to do those kinds of things. You will know how to make as much money as you want. A lot of people that I speak to are not getting into a business because they want to make money. They want to make some money, of course, but they also want to improve their communities and things like that. They want to do good. But they recognize when you're an entrepreneur, you're in charge. You can do things in your community. You can hire people. You can make your community better because you're going to be a business leader in that community. So if you want to make your dreams come true, it's much easier and your dreams become much more amazing if you become an entrepreneur rather than working for someone else. When you're working for someone else, they can fire you anytime they want to. They can decide that you're going to get your hours cut. They can decide that, well, you might not even know if the company's in good shape. So they might just decide to close the company or sell at any particular time. And then you have to start your job process all over again. It's a very false security when you're working for somebody. It's a very strong security when you're working for yourself. So again, in order to make your dreams come true, first you have to dream. And when you become an entrepreneur, you will know how to make that dream come true. And once you accomplish your first dream, you are definitely going to have other dreams. Like I said before, you might want to improve your community. You might want to buy a bigger company. You might want to become a board member of something else. You might want to run for politics. When you're a business leader, you become a leader. Maybe your dream is to become a millionaire or a billionaire. Obviously, the best way to do that as an entrepreneur. You might be able to win the lottery, but no. The best way to become a millionaire or billionaire, the only way to become a billionaire is to become an entrepreneur, really, or come from a family that's very wealthy. We show you how to do it. We show you how to. We show you and we teach you how to become a successful entrepreneur. Because when you're successful, all dreams are possible. So please dream, because it's a lot of fun to dream. So maybe right after this webinar, you might think, what is my dream? What do I want to do? I want to take care of my family, of course. I want to do this. But just set those dreams down and then go, how can I accomplish that the best way? And the answer to that question is by becoming an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur. Now, part of what we do in our academy is we teach you how to make your company worth more money, or even how to take it public. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, some people will work and think that they have their own business, but what they're actually doing is selling somebody else's product. Even though they're your customers, you really are helping somebody else make their company worth more money. And your customer list might be worth a little bit of money, probably not very much. But if you started a company like the Vermont Teddy Bear Company I started, I'm going to show you how I took a company that had, when I first created my company, I created 200 shares of company stock. That stock was worth 1 cent each. So 200 times 1 cent meant my company was worth $2 just for becoming a company and creating that company stock. What I used that company stock for was to get investors and other people to work with me. Now, eventually, that 1 cent stock was worth $20. And those 200 shares grew to 6 million shares. So I had a company with 6 million shares in it, where each share was worth $20. The company was worth in excess of over $100 million. When it started as a company, it was worth $2. Now that's a in a share increase, that's a 2,000% share increase, but it's really a lot more than that. It's really 500,000% share increase because I made more shares. That's 500,000% increase in a penny stock in your company that you will have as an asset that you might want to then sell that company to somebody else, or you might want to take your company public or whatever it is. But after working in your own company and running your own company, we will show you how to build that company up so that it's worth money as an asset. So all the work you're doing isn't just to get an income. There are jobs out there where you can get an income that will pay you $50,000, $100,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 a year, but it won't create that asset for you that a company creates. If you started a bakery business, and 5 years after that bakery business was doing whatever amount of business it was doing, let's just say it did $500,000 or $1 million a year, and you then wanted to move to maybe another place or something like that, or somebody said to you, I really want to buy that bakery business, you will have the answer as to how much that bakery business is worth. You're going to know in your own business how to evaluate your business and what kind of asset it really is. So we'll talk a lot of that kind of thing because it's very important. And well, we have some entrepreneurs, some members in our academy that I think will grow companies that are worth 100 or 500 million dollars. We have um, I don't know how new the member is, but there's a woman who's taking a pie business in the Bahamas, and really what she does is she makes a great Bahama pie, and she's now in the process of figuring how to make that pie business worth, in the second year of operation, $1 million in sales. And then after that, actually, we figured out how to make it worth $3 million in sales in the second year. She will know what that company's worth because we're going to talk about evaluation for that company. Somebody in the third or fourth year might say to her, hey, I would like to buy your company. I like your brand name. I like what you got going on. Your pies work well with my product line. Or Sophia might want to say, I would like to add more product lines to my company and make my company worth more money. Or she might set up with a distribution business and really blow the pie business right out of the water throughout the United States, and maybe sell 100 million dollars worth of pies a year, and make that company worth a lot of money by just going with that one brand. One thing I talk about a lot, and Mike will tell you this, is that I would say that every business is pretty much run the same exact way. So what you learn at the Academy is how to run a business successfully. You learn how to create an idea, you learn how to evaluate that idea, you learn how to take that idea into a 3-year plan, then you learn how to make that idea work and worth a lot of money. I hope that's kind of clear. And the last thing I want to discuss a little bit about is how our Academy works with you to become a successful entrepreneur. One of the first things we do, which is really fun for me, is that I get to meet with you on the phone, and we talk, you, myself, and Mike will talk for half an hour, and we'll discuss things. We'll talk about, where you are on your path to becoming an entrepreneur. You might just say, I'm just starting out. You might say, I've already got a business. You might say, I have a really good idea. You might say, I don't have an idea. You might say, I'm tired of working for somebody else. You might say, I've always wanted to, whatever it is, we'll talk about. And after talking for a while, I'll get to learn something about you because it's really important. I then suggest to you to take some courses in our Academy, which are tailored. So we customize courses just for you to take, depending on where you are in your entrepreneur path. And I often recommend to our members to do a little research. For example, one member wants to start a 3D printing business in Massachusetts. So the research I suggested for her to do was to look at other 3D businesses in the United States and the world that are successful at doing what they're doing. And really, pretty much on her own, she decided, I want to go after a 3D business that's pretty much in the medical field that makes a particular kind of thing that doctors are really looking for people to make. So then now she's talking to the hospitals to find out what kind of parts they're looking for that 3D business printer can make. 3D printers sell between, I think she said, a few $1,000s and $150,000 or $200,000 a piece. So we've taken that out just to figure out that lease for that 3D printer so that she could sell the best 3D equipment in her area to make the most amount of money. She's very excited about her business. So we go that far in that kind of detail. There's another person who came on the phone, lovely lady, who worked in the post office most of her life, and she said she wanted to make enough money for her daughter to go to college. And I said, how much is that? She said it's about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year. And she said she wanted to do it by becoming, I think it's called an internet direct marketing person. The companies that kind of convince you that you really have your own company and they want you to recruit new people for their company. So you work really hard at getting people to buy somebody else's product, that kind of company. And she spent a lot of time learning about those kind of companies. Again, she's just retired from the post office, so she's looking for a new career, and she thought she could do that one career. And toward the middle of our conversation, she said, John, what I really want to do is I love baking. She goes, I love baking. And I said, well, why don't you become a baker? Because if you're going to start a business, do something that you're going to like and have fun doing. And we talked about what kind of things she likes to make. And then I pretty much almost developed a course called the Home Business Course on our academy, which I highly recommend everyone to take when you join. It kind of is a step-by-step process that you can go through to start a home business in your home. Most businesses start in the home, so this kind of applies to everything. Steve Jobs started in a garage. Some people started in their basement. Some people started in their kitchen. But you will start, if you haven't started your business yet, you'll probably start it in your home, on your kitchen table. If you've got an office, it might be a desk, and wherever you are. But you will start at a very small place. I started my teddy bear business when my first son was born, and I'm playing with him. He's a few months old, and all of our relatives sent him stuffed animals. And after about 6 months, he had 35 stuffed animals. Penguins, all kinds of things, a few teddy bears. But not one of those stuffed animals was made in the United States. I have no problem with stuffed animals being made in other countries, but not one was made in the United States. And I said, I love to make things. My grandfather made things. My dad made things. I come from a family who likes to make things. And I said, I would love to make a teddy bear, an American-made teddy bear, the best teddy bear in the world. And I got that idea because I was playing with my son. Now, I didn't know I knew how to sew a little bit, but I didn't know how to put together a pattern. I didn't know how to buy teddy bear material. I really didn't know what my teddy bear was going to look like. So I went on a path, while I still had my job, I went on a path to learn how to make a teddy bear. There's a lot of companies who started out really small. Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream guys, started out learning how to make ice cream and then selling it really small in a place and then exploding into like an amazingly huge company. So the home business course that we offer is a really good course for our members. So we talk, and I try to get to know you a little bit and suggest courses for you to take and some research and work for you to do. After you do that, we get back on the phone again, and we talk about where you are. Then we get back, and then we talk maybe another course or two, a little bit more research. And pretty quickly, we are in, Mike will tell you this with pretty much all of our members, we get to a point very quickly where I show you how to build a 3-year plan to get to where you want to go. Again, to use the pie example in the Bahamas, currently their sales are $600. And in order for them to get to $3 million in their second year, they have to sell 5,000 pies a month. It's really a number like that. Now, how do you sell 5,000 pies a month? Well, you sell 10 pies to 500 restaurants every month, and you got 5,000 pies. Now, you might only need 100 restaurants buying, 50 pies from you a month. I don't know what the number is, but Sophia is now finding out what that number is. She's figuring out how much a restaurant will buy, how many times a month that restaurant will buy. And once she knows those numbers, then she knows how many customers she's going to need. So you learn how to build a plan that takes you to where you want to go. I call it the 3-year plan. And our members love it. Because while you're doing that plan, you really do get to dream. You go, well, what if I sold 10,000 pies? And then you figure out the expenses in that, and you kind of know how much money you can make based on what your sales are. And it's a lot of times, colleges and people who teach business overcomplicate this process, and it's very, very simple. Before I close, I just want to say that when you join our academy, you will really learn great things. You will learn qualities of great leadership. You will learn things that will help you personally, and you will really learn how to become a successful entrepreneur, and I guarantee it. And I'm looking forward to meeting you all. Mike, thank you.
Thanks, John. That was great. I mean, I think you really did a great job. And actually, Sophia joined it about 2 months ago. And within that 2 months is a lot of amazing things started happening. And what John kind of didn't even really mention was that with our academy and us giving you the things you need to do, we don't give you anything that we don't know you can't do. So for example, when Sophia first started, she was super excited, and we used that momentum that she was on what she was already doing, and just showed her the things she was doing wrong and the things that she needed to tweak. And just by her making those simple tweaks, she was able to grow her business and start organizing and getting her business structured. Things that probably would have taken her another 4 or 5 years of mistakes to figure out. And at that point, she probably would have been burnt out. And that's why, if you read the statistics, 95% of all small businesses fail. And John and I, our goal with the academy is to reduce that number, because once you know the things it takes to succeed, and you just do those things over and over and over, you start generating revenue. So the entrepreneurs that make money are the ones, they're not smarter than the ones that don't. They don't work harder than the ones that don't make it. They don't, they don't have some. They don't not luckier than the ones that don't make it. The difference between the entrepreneurs that succeed are entrepreneurs and the ones that don't is that the ones that succeed know what things to do to succeed, and they just do those same things over and over and over again, and they add to that success. So like John was saying, we have members that one member wants to just be able to pay for her child's college. That's her version. That's what success is to her. And we have more than one members that want to hit a million, and actually one that wants to hit a billion. So it depends on what the entrepreneur wants to do. We show how to do it. And I know so a lot of you were talking to me on the phone and saying, "Man, this seems too good to be true." Well, the fact of the matter is the price of admission that we have is really low, and the reason we do that because right now we just in the space, John and I both, where we can afford to do so. We can afford to lend our time to helping entrepreneurs grow, and we want to do it. So we made it affordable. We made it easy to join. We made ourselves very accessible. We didn't want you to join our academy and then you have no access to us. That's the complete opposite. We want you to join and we want to help you because, like our slogan says, if you don't succeed, we don't succeed. And our goal is to succeed at this academy, and we're already doing so. Any of our members, sorry, I'm talking about working from home. It's my puppy is barking. But when you looking to succeed and having people on your team that know how to help you, you can always go. John, can you take it over for a second so I can?
Sure.
My man is here.
Sure, Mike. Yes, I thought one of the things Mike was talking about is that it's really important when you become an entrepreneur that you don't waste your time, what I like to call spinning your wheels, put roadblocks in the way to success. Many times people will think, oh, I need to make the product, make a lot of them, and then go out and sell it. The fact of the matter is you don't need to make any of the product pretty much. You need to first figure out how many people are going to buy it. To use as an example, the lady that now is going to be starting up a home business in the bakery end likes to make zucchini cake and pumpkin cake, I think. Well, in my bakery, those two things are not the top selling bakery item. So I suggested to her to go visit other bakeries and find out what they sell the most of. What do people want to buy the most of? That's really important. That stops you from spinning your wheels. And let's just say you get your zucchini your cake and your pumpkin cake, and you go to a fair or something like that, and not as many people are buying it. It's pretty much because zucchini cake and pumpkin cake are not the biggest bakery items that are sold. That's really that simple. And you really can learn a lot from anyone else that's done the same thing because no ideas are new. So you do research and learn what other people are doing. In 3D business, as I said before, the lady went out and learned from other 3D people what works and what doesn't work. And that's where we started and everything. In the teddy bear world, when I was in it, I went out and visited. This is before the internet. I had to visit. I didn't have to, but I wanted to. I visited other toy makers to learn as much as I can from them. One toy, a stuffed animal maker, showed me how to make a stuffed animal the right way, how to put stuffing in the ceiling so that when you just let the gravity so that you could stuff the bear, and it's just like it was a genius idea. It's like nothing's new. So Mike just got a brand new dog, so he's watching the dog today. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things about being an entrepreneur and being able to work wherever you want. Because most of my time now is helping the members. And for some of you that read my story, I started a company about 7 years ago now, going on 8 in next month actually, called Stinky Cakes. And with that company, my wife and I, we just took a basic idea of making diaper giving fun, and we were able to create a national brand. We actually have customers all over the world. But what is really fun now with devoting all my time to the academy, because I've literally got to work from all over the world. So I mean, anywhere in the world. So when you guys call and have questions or you set up your one-on-one time, I'm either doing it via a call like this. It'll be me, you, and John. So they got us me and John right now, or we'll have it on a via a three-way phone call where we're just talking. So before I actually jumped on this webinar, I was talking to one of the members who she just got a job in sales. She's still building, coming up with an idea to build her dream. And I told her how amazing she is as a salesperson because she was excited to tell me what her job was saying about her. And I told her, I agree with everything they said. You are amazing, and yes, they will promote you right away. They weren't hyping you because you're really that good. Now we got to just help work on your confidence so you can do the same thing for yourself. Because nothing more liberating than having the ability to work for yourself or generate revenue for yourself. Like I just posted on my Facebook this morning that, and it's for parents because I'm a parent. I'm a parent of two. I have two sons, and I just said this on my Facebook this morning that parents can't hand down their job or their degree to their children. So parents,
Right.
you work all these years to get this degree or to get this good job, but you can't hand that down to your child. What you can do is create a business, learn to succeed in that business, teach your children how to succeed in that business, and hand that business down to them. That's one of the, so every parent on this call should be thinking, you know what? I need to start my own business because he's right. I can't hand my degree to my child. I can't have my child take over my job. I don't own that company. That company may be gone. They may fire me. They may think my child's skill set don't match my skill set. But when I own the company, the business, I can train my child to run that. When you think of anyone creating generational wealth, the Fords, the Rockefellers, the Johnson and Johnson people, all those people, family's still in the business somehow. And if they're not in the business somehow, they're still receiving residual checks from those businesses. So every parent should create a business. Every parent. If you're not doing it for you, you should be doing it for your child. And if you plan on having children and you don't have any now, or plan on having a family, you want to create a business. You want to create an asset. You want things that are making you money whether you're there or not. You want to start being able to generate revenue. And I don't know, the only kind of job that you can get that you make money when you're not there is if you have vacation time. And when you get back, everything you didn't do when you were there piled up. And if you don't catch up, they'll fire you. So the only way to have that kind of time freedom and that leverage is being an entrepreneur. And like we said earlier, you're working. You're already putting in a lot of work. Now it's time to work for yourself.
Mike, I think we should wrap up. Are there any questions, Mike?
You know what, John? I remember we had one lady from Venezuela calling and asking. She sent an email asking how she wants to start a photography business there. How can you help her in Venezuela start a photography business?
All right. Well, like I said earlier, every business has the same pieces to it. One of the ones, and Mike will tell you this, I get every new member to take right away. It's called the 4-point triangle, which is how a business works. And every business have the same four parts. There's one part in the photography business is not taking the pictures, but one part is selling the pictures. So you have selling the pictures, you have taking the pictures, and then you have a finance part of it. And then you have a boss. That's a 4-point triangle. So we'll work with you on that part of it. My guess is that a lot of people who are photographer people are really good at the taking of the picture part, but are maybe weak in the selling of the picture part. Again, a lot of people made a lot of money selling pictures, and it's an old business. and you have to work at the selling part of it, no matter how good your pictures are. Did I answer that, Mike? Is that okay?
No, that's perfect, John. I'm glad you answered the way you did because, like you said, all business have the same four parts. And you know, once you create your account, and become a member and enroll, we'll break down whatever business it is, whatever industry it is. Like,
Whatever it is.
like,
Mike, I have a question for Monica. She wants to know how you and I got involved working together.
oh, great question. Let's ask you one of my favorite questions. So, how did this come about? So, I fell in love with entrepreneurship at the age of 5. And one of the entrepreneurs that you, John, were one of the entrepreneurs that I fell in love with because as a kid, I would read a lot of these entrepreneurial publications and it'll be like, this guy made money with oil and this guy made money with all this other stuff. And, it's just, I couldn't understand those companies. But when I learned about entrepreneurs like you with Vermont Teddy Bear and selling teddy bears, and Mike Kittredge with Yankee Candles selling candles, and the Ben and Jerry's guys with ice cream, and Dave Klein with jelly beans, and Famous Amos with cookies, I was like, hey, I could do this too. And at 5 years old, I made the decision that I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. That's what I'm gonna do. So I launched my first successful company when I was 9, and I retired my grandmother in 2 years. But then I went away from entrepreneurship. And then once I came up with the Stinky Cakes idea, and I was generating some revenue from it, I was doing okay. And I was like, man, I really want to grow this. And the Vermont Teddy Bear story kicked back in my head because I said, that guy, he built that company from radio. I want to build my company on radio. So I ended up buying your book. When your book was out at the time, so I bought your book, and after the book, I literally couldn't put it down. I was like, man, I have to meet this guy. I'm going to meet this guy. So I took days and days doing research trying to find you because I couldn't find you, and so I came across you did. I think you did a series with with Donald Trump's the Learning Annex thing out in New York, and from that I got your contact info, and I was like, man, let me try this email. So I send out the email, and I poured my heart into that email. I was being very genuine with you.
I remember the email.
And you responded back, hey, listen, why don't you come out to meet me in Cambridge? And I was like, oh, yep, all right, let's do it. Now, I didn't know if you were a serial killer. I didn't know anything, but I was like, you know what? I'm going, because what I have to lose? I'm going to tell my family and friends where I'm heading. Here's where I'm heading, so you know what? But I went out and it was you. And, man, we hit it off immediately. And I kid you not, within that, I think we must have spoke for like an hour. But in the first 10, 15 minutes talking radio ads, not only did you break down radio ads and told me like how I should be advertising. What I like best about talking to you, John, you never told me what to do. You were never like egotistical, like I'm the king of radio. You need to do this. You were never like that. Well, everything you said was like, well, if it were me, I would do this. Well, if it were me, I would do this. Well, here's what I did. Now you could use this if you want. Like I felt like it was still my choice, and that made me real comfortable. But within the first 10, 15 minutes of that radio conversation, not only did you show me how I was throwing away thousands of dollars with radio, just doing it all wrong, but you showed me exactly what I should be saying, the message I should be saying, when it should be said, who should say it, and why people why people react to it. And that was great. And I thought that's what I came for. But the kicker was when you broke down that formula for me as to how I should be pricing my product. And I was like, holy crap. For the last 3 years, I've been throwing money out the window. I'm thinking my price is right. And yes, everything you said right here, my price is all wrong because of this formula. I'm losing money. And you know what? My customers would still be paying the same thing because they're still getting the same value. That was the thing that was like mind blowing. And when I came back from Cambridge with you, like I implemented stuff immediately, and it went from me not with my radio ads. It went from me guessing if it was on to me know when when my radio ad ran because I was getting orders from my website. I'm like, yep, the ad's running. Yep, the ad's running, and the traffic on my website would spike up. This is when the ad ran. And I had tangible data that I could use to make my marketing campaigns better. It was no longer guessing. It was like, all right, when I run my marketing, here's the result I'm gonna get. And if it doesn't happen, you know what? They did something wrong. Then I would call the radio station, hey, did you run my ad at the time I told you to do it? And they will say, oh no, what we did was we thought it would be better at this spot. I say, okay, so I just know what I told you to do. I need a refund and I need a credit for that ad. So now I'm getting 2 ads running for the price of 1 because they didn't do what they said. And I knew what they didn't do it because I didn't get the result I was supposed to be getting. So like it was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You put all of it right back in their hands instead of yours. It's their job to sell it. Right.
But I told them when I needed it because you told me when it should be running.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how we got together, and we ended up creating the academy together because, like I said, John was looking to work with teaching kids entrepreneurship, and I kind of was too, and we had the same kind of idea, but we didn't even know we were working on the same idea. So I always check in with John to see how he's doing because John's a man to me. And John ended up through one of our conversations, he started talking about this kid academy that he was building, and I was like, that's great. So I jumped on board to help him do that, and I kind of put my dream to the side, and then one day I said, John, you know what? And it's because I watch my kids. I said, John, you know what? The best way to help kids to become entrepreneurs is if we help entrepreneurial parents, because entrepreneurial adults have entrepreneurial kids. So now we get to help everybody. And John was like, you know what? Let's do it. And we put the academy together. We started getting people enrolled because there's entrepreneurs all over the world. And the best part about this business is like being successful for yourself is cool. Helping other people become successful, it's freaking amazing. Like it's so much fun seeing people like wake up because people have these ideas and you're like, I want to do this thing, but I don't know if I can do it. And you're like, no, that's a great idea. All you need to do is 1, 2, and 3. And they go do 1, 2, and 3. And they come back. Hey, Mike, guess what? I can't believe it. They just said they were Like that's so much fun. Like you don't get to do that at a job. Like it's like this is like a dream come true for any entrepreneur to have people that really want to help them succeed. Like we already succeeded. We did it. We've been there. We climbed the top of the mountain. Right now we want to help you get to the top. It's really what it is. I mean, and as far as the cost goes, someone actually called before the webinar asking how much it was. It literally is a one-time payment of $497. I challenge you to go and find a guy who made over $100 million willing to teach you everything he knows for a small fee of anything like $497. I challenge you. People don't do it. Like John's just that guy. He's that dude. He's just how he is. Like it's what it is. I mean, there's a lot of garbage out there too, and you could try and we actually John and I just submitted an article to a national success magazine called Boss or BOSS, being your own success story. And in that article, we talk about the 5 mistakes that new entrepreneurs make, and one of them is not having a mentor, and the other one is trying to figure stuff out on their own. Because you could Google a lot of stuff, how to get customers, how to create a logo, how to run a radio ad, but they're not going to tell you how to run a $100 million radio ad campaign because not everyone does it. That's not a regular day-to-day conversation. So you can't Google that information, right? It's just certain things that Googling won't work for you. You need to learn from someone that did it so they can tell you what to do because Google doesn't put, and you guys probably know that Google doesn't tell you the things that you not ask what you know to ask for. And it's the things that you don't know that's going to smack you side the head and slow your momentum. But we're here to tell you all the things that you don't even know you don't know and help you get strong with the things that you do know. But so I want to, John, you have any closing words?
No, I'm looking forward to meet everyone. And I think that, like you said, Mike, any idea is a really great idea. If you don't have an idea, we'll help you. We got an idea course. And The only thing that's stopping you from becoming an entrepreneur is you, because there's nothing like it. You're the center of what's going on, and you don't have to be a genius to do it. It's really just a skill set, and the skill set is like learning how to fish. And once you learn how to become an entrepreneur, you'll eat the rest of your life, guaranteed. If you learn how to eat fish, you won't eat the rest of your life. If you learn how to catch fish, you will. It's an old saying that goes like that. But thank you, Mike.
You're welcome. So if you to get in now, there's a green button right beneath you. If you look below it says create my account. Just create your account. It'll take you over to our become a member page, which you can hit the button, the yellow button there to become a member. And everything's handled through PayPal. You just put your information in, and the second you create your account, you'll get into the academy area on our Going Viral Unlock platform. And there's videos and training how to use everything, and you'll get a welcome email from us, and then you'll respond to that. We'll give you set up a time to call to do your welcome call. We'll start talking with you. We'll start working with you immediately. So literally, you could start working with us as soon as within 24 hours. The faster you hit that green button below and create your account, the sooner you can start making money and being successful. Because that's what a successful entrepreneur does. And success is what it is to you. For me, success is being able to help other people, being able to go in the community and being able to pay my bills and take my family on trips. Success to you may be having a Maserati in the parking lot with your at your mansion. Or success to you may be just like a member who's wants to pay for her child to go to college. Like whatever success is for you, will help you get there. So without further ado, click the green button below, right below here. Create your account, and I look forward to seeing you in the members area, and I look forward to having one-on-one with you, and I look forward to you being a successful entrepreneur, making money. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
In the members area. Have a great
And
day.
call us or write us if you have any questions.
Oh yeah,
Well,
always doing it. And that number is directly on the website. But if you don't have it in front of you right now, the number to call us is area code, and it'll come directly to John or myself, and that number is 857-496-5980. Or you actually could text us there as well. 857-496-5980, and we'll answer any questions that you may have as well. But click that green button, create your account. See you in the members area, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.